Second ya, the game is not started in window. Like I couldn't capture the window. Second ya. Okay. FPS limit max on. Can I get 100? Yes. Audio. Can't hear any audio though. Game, head pop, subtitle. Okay. Draw. Save. Back. Save and leave. Oh, now there is audio.
I summoned you, worshipped you, and yet you broke your end of the bargain.
I broke nothing, but you are broken. Your obsession with power was, and will always be your ultimate failure as a king, as a man.
How dare you? I am your master!
A master? A master without a soul is as compelling as pie without filling.
Then I will take it back!
I would love to see you try!
Clay, sand, dust, sculptor, creator of shapeless form and formless shape. Master! I offer thee a vessel, a bone, of being, and
a futile effort from an overconfident fool. Have our centuries of kinship taught you nothing? You were bestowed a gift that every mortal clamors for in their dying breath. And this is your gratitude? Further entitlement? Betrayal? If death is what you crave, Please, I didn't know! I didn't know! No!
Will the demo cover Act 1 only, yeah?
Yes, we need a crew for cleanup. In 5 days. I don't care how much it costs. You're professionals. Be here. Sorry you had to hear that. Hard to find true professionals these days. You must be Roger.
Actually, it's Dodger.
Roger Dodger, you old codger. It's an old military joke. Never mind. Byron Collingwood, director. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Grand Orpheus Theater.
Quite honestly, it feels great to be back. Like church after a lifetime in hell.
The tragedy of King Folk is a very... how should I put it? Delicate play. It's a play lost in the fray of classics, penned by an unknown hand, and updated by countless others over the centuries. However, despite the mystery of its origins, it's famed only for the terrible misfortunes that failed countless attempts to stage it. It's a cursed play, Dodger, never staged in the entirety of its existence. Whether or not you believe in curses, it is my vision to be the first person in history to premiere the tragedy of King Folk in its entirety. It means that every step, every rehearsal, every technical cue has to be perfect. As my stage manager, it's your job to ensure that it happens.
Can't say I've been through worse in the past few months. Where do I start?
That's the spirit. Welcome back to the theater, Dodger. These halls will no doubt be delighted to have you. I assume you must have questions for me.
Second, yeah, I'm going to cap the FPS. Seems like capping the FPS is actually a better solution because the FPS is unstable.
What is the tragedy of King Folk?
You've never heard of it?
I haven't. It sounds like a play based on Faust or The Emperor's New Clothes.
How bloody dare you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me educate you. The Tragedy of King Folk is a drama published circa 1612, likely based on oral retellings that have existed for far longer. The author or authors have never been identified. It regales the story of a great king and his feud with death over an unjust deal. The setting spans centuries, the narrative ultimately championing the message of courage, risk, and the power of will. I wasn't exaggerating before. This play has never been performed, not successfully at the very least.
So you really believe this play is cursed?
Some say cursed. I call it special. There's a force that follows the script, allegedly. Every recorded attempt ended in one form of tragedy or another, allegedly. True or not, this is why we're going to make history. We'll be the first in history to stage a full run.
Who else is attached to this project?
Sufyan Mansour plays the titular King Folk. He can be a handful off stage, but a fantastic actor whenever the lights are on. My advice, don't worry too much about him. He'll know what he's doing when he knows what he's doing.
What does that mean?
Let's just say he has a peculiar process of getting into character. It's best you see it for yourself. And as for Death, the villain, we have Callista Novak.
I think I've heard that name before.
You and many others who grew up watching sitcoms. This is her first stage production, so she's still trying to find her place. Nevertheless, you'll see she's an unstoppable force of sheer professional dedication. Television never deserved her.
Where do I fit in all of this?
You're my right hand. We're operating as a skeleton crew, essential personnel only. It'll only be the four of us in this production, with you as the sole crew member and stage manager. You'll help me execute my vision of the play. You're in charge of the actors, the wardrobe, sets, props, lights, sound, the whole works, everything. I trust that you can handle it. Rit did say working under pressure is your specialty.
I should get to work.
Excellent. You came highly recommended by Rit. I hope you don't disappoint him.
No fuck-ups. That's a promise.
You'll have your very first rehearsal with us later. In the meantime, I want you to introduce yourself to the cast, Callista and Sufyan. They'll need to know who's running the show, other than me. You'll find them wandering around here somewhere. Callista is usually in her dressing room or the workshop. Sufyan likes to wander, but wardrobe seems to be his favorite haunt. There's a map in the foyer. Look for me in the tech booth after you're finished. I'll walk you through what needs to be done next.
Got it.
Foyer? Foyer? Which one is foyer?
Byron didn't mention it, and I'm sure I'll need to finish putting these up later.
Should I reduce the graphic here? No, it's practically still the same 40-ish FPS. Should I use window mode? I can get 100 stable. What is a foyer though? We're supposed to just stand there. We're not supposed to go anywhere. Oh.
It's not the biggest theater I've worked in, yet I somehow feel small. Breathe. Let me make a copy in my journal so I don't get lost.
Press J? Okay. Second. I can't see everything on the monitor. Okay. This is Sufyan? Oh, this is man's room. Washroom and wardrobe. So it's in the background. Yeah. Is Callista here?
What the fuck?
Oh, fuck! You're not Callie.
Damn right I'm not. What the hell was that about?
I'm so sorry, man. Though you gotta admit, that was a good one, right? I was standing there for hours being one with the mannequins. And they totally let me into their tribe. By the way, pardon my manners. I'm Sufyan.
I'm Dodger, the new stage manager. Sufyan, how much have you had to drink?
Funny story, actually. Last night, a lady friend brought over the most divine platter of goat cheese. The right thing for me to do was to pair it with Sauvignon Blanc. There's a rule, you see, that there must always be more wine than cheese, and she brought, a lot of cheese. Naturally, I woke up this morning with indigestion and a hangover. I figured vodka would remedy the hangover, hair that bit the dog or whatever, and decided to keep the indigestion for the rehearsal. My indigestion burns me, and I use that as a furnace to fuel the fire in my performance. And of course, I've been knocking back brewskis to keep that fire burning. It's all part of my creative process.
I knew someone with that process. It didn't end well.
Don't you worry about me. I put a lot of thought and practice into this. People say to me, Sufyan, you need to stop drinking. and I say to them, watch what I can do on stage and tell me it doesn't work. Until then, I won't be swayed. I have never swayed.
You're swaying right now.
Ooh, you're a sharp one, Dodger. I like you. Sorry, Doris.
Okay. Getting drunk is part of your process. Does Byron know you've been drinking? You should sober up. We need you at your best. Did you say you were standing there for hours? I'm gonna start my prep too. Fool.
Did you say you were standing there for hours?
Now I know what you're thinking, but I was not wasting time. I was simply helping my co-star prepare.
By scaring her to death.
By scaring death into her. She's going the whole country mile with this method acting bullshit, trying to get into this death character. But she's wound so tight that Death couldn't even get into her pore if he tried. She needs to loosen up a little, is all I'm saying. Death is a delicate character. To play Death, one has to balance playfulness and levity with inhuman ferocity and cold indifference. Fuck up this balance and you get an elementary school Christmas play. Callie can pull from the years of her life to embody the latter. But the former? That is where she takes herself too seriously. Actually, is the first thing the former, or is that the latter? Anyway, my point is that you'd think someone with all that TV experience would have so much more stage presence. But no! She's got as much personality as these mannequins. Except you, Doris. You're a star.
Does Byron know you've been drinking?
Byron is a true master of his craft. A fresh sapling growing from the barren wasteland of the performing arts world. He supplies me.
So he's enabling you.
Yes, enabling me to give the best performance ever. He understands the Manso method, perhaps better than I do.
You should sober up. We need you at your best.
I'm always my best. Mina, forgive me for what I must do.
Who's Mina?
He is the last of you. Wait, no. The clown? The crown! I am...
That's your best? You need to put that beer away now.
You're right. That is the beer talking. I shall have to journey to Byron for this requisite at once.
No, and I'd appreciate if you don't ever ask me again. I'm gonna start my prep. You should too.
Very well. I shall be off then. Once I finish this beer.
Oh,
I have finished the beer. See you at rehearsals.
Did Sufyan name all these mannequins? He must have been lonely. Or just drunk.
okay. Let's meet the Callista. You're supposed to be here, right? On the workshop. Hi.
Shit. Shit! God damn it! Shit! Whoa, whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later.
No, that wasn't aimed at you. I'm sorry, it's just this. Actually, maybe you can help me. I need a fresh pair of eyes.
For what?
What do you think of this?
Skin?
What am I looking at exactly?
It's part of the costume I'll be wearing. Personally, I don't think the original concept would translate well on stage, so I'm making some tweaks to suggest to Byron. For one, I think it needs to look like a vulture instead of a crow. Like, I totally understand the symbolism between crows and death, but I think a vulture would be more evocative of Death's persona. That way, we also minimize the feathers. Ugh, the fucking feathers get everywhere. It's a nightmare. Come on, thoughts?
I prefer the original, it's more visually interesting and evokes a sense of mystery. I like your version more, there's a warm connection with the macabre, gritty side of the character. Resources are limited, we cannot make any major alteration to the costume. To be honest, I haven't checked the costume and the resources. Do we really have a limited resources? Is this like a big difference? Doesn't this mean we are going to lose some resources, like we are not going to use it?
I like your version more. There's a raw connection with the macabre, gritty side of the character.
Really? Oh god, it's a relief to hear you say that. It's been like pulling teeth trying to convince Byron. If half the crew agrees, maybe he'll finally listen. You the new stage manager? Or another actor who snuck in?
You got it on the first try. Name's Dodger.
I'm Callista. Death, if that wasn't obvious.
Have people been sneaking in?
It's a Collingwood production. People do crazy shit to be a part of it.
Why do you think Byron's so hard up on staging display? I've never heard of it.
Why do you think Byron's so hard up on staging this play? I've never heard of it.
Byron's family practically owns the industry. Actors, writers, producers, directors, film theater. If you can name it, there's a Collingwood in it. Byron, on the other hand, is just a theater nerd's wet dream. More of a blip on his family tree. Between you and me, I think that's why he's so gung-ho about being the first to stage this play.
So you're saying he has a chip on his shoulder?
Can you blame him? He's expected to surpass a bar set by generations of success. Sometimes it just feels like you're nothing but a comparison. But don't get me wrong though, he's still made a name for himself. The special effects and pyrotechnics he employs are insane. Just a pity his great uncle was the one who invented stage pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics? He never said anything about pyrotechnics to me.
Then I strongly suggest you read your contract again. Particularly the indemnity clause on accidental death and permanent disfigurement.
I probably should. Good talk.
Shit, is it almost time? I should run through my lines. Oh, and do me a favor. Don't tell Sufyan where I am.
Oh, the craftsmanship is amazing. Looks like it took weeks, maybe months to make. Sorry, Callista. Without a prop master, we're sticking with this mask.
So we're not going to continue with her idea. What was her asking me for?
Dodger, come see me in the tech booth when you're ready.
That must be at the back of the theater. Best not to keep him waiting.
Tech booth? Back of theater? Like I have to go to the backstage? Okay, I'm currently here though. So... go here? Can I?
Ah, Dodger. I do regret the interruption. I swear, this booth was working fine yesterday. Not to worry, I will get it working in a moment. Have you had time to meet Sufyan and Callista?
Yep.
I hope the introductions went well. You'll have to forgive my cast if they imparted a less than stellar impression. Our last stage manager ghosted us, and the one before that quit because he had different expectations of the job. Callista finds it hard to trust new stage managers, and Sufyan is a high-functioning inebriate.
They both left very unique impressions. I think we can get along, though. Besides, it's theater. I've met plenty of these types of people. They tend to flock together.
Ah, that reminds me. I need you to run down to the prop room and fetch something for me. It's in a chest with an emblem of a bird on it. It's a very important prop. The idol.
What does it look like?
It looks like a totem with bird skulls stitched together on top. Be careful when you pick it up. The beaks and claws are pretty sharp.
Prop room?
It's an irreplaceable antique.
Why don't you just use a replica? It doesn't sound safe for the actors as well.
I spent too much time and money acquiring it to not use it. Plus, I want the actors to feel the history and the gravitas of everything they use and touch. Not cheap theatrical props. It's either that or nothing at all. Here's the key. Please be careful with the idol.
I'll go fetch that idol for you.
Just look for the big chest with the bird emblem.
Okay. Prop room is where? This is the idol.
Wow.
Okay.
I wonder how much you cost. Probably more than me. Ow! A blackout? Great. Of course you had to lock yourself in on the first day. Good fucking job, Dodger. 5 stars. Hey! Can anyone hear me? I'm locked in the prop room!
What is this? Who is this?
I must be just... It's the cut. Maybe adrenaline. Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Okay.
Just place it on the table, Dodger. I'll need to run you through the tech controls before we start rehearsing. Would you like to do that now, or would you prefer to explore the theater a little more first? Dodger, did you hear what I said?
Byron, I think I saw a ghost.
You saw a ghost?
I mean, I'm not sure if it was a ghost, but...
What exactly did you see?
Someone from my past. She looked right at me. And there was blood everywhere. And then it just stopped. I'm telling myself it was my imagination, but it was so real.
Dodger, I'm not going to tell you that what you saw isn't real. But is it also possible that all this talk about curses and ghosts are getting into your head? I know what happened in your last production with Ryzen.
You know what? It's fine. I just need sleep. I'm just hallucinating. I'm sorry I brought it up. I should go back to work.
Dodger, I'm not ignorant to the fact that you only took this job as a stepping stone back into the industry. For the record, I'm happy that you are, because that makes you more determined to succeed. Also, for record, I am definitely a stepping stone on and off the industry. So I suggest you listen very carefully to what I have to say. Nowadays, they call it PTSD. I suggest you seek professional help if you haven't already. Except now is not the time. I need you focused until the curtains go down on the last show. I cannot have my stage manager seeing things and shutting down at the slightest provocation.
I know what I saw, Byron. It's not because of what happened in the past.
Fine. Fine. Say it's the curse, or because this place is haunted. Should we just pack up? Cancel the show on account of unexpected supernatural phenomena and be a laughingstock of the industry? Trust me, there was a time when I thought I could get what I wanted by rolling with the punches. It took a bitter lesson to teach me that I had to punch back. I need people who can do the same. Are you that person? Or should I look for a new stage manager?
Whoa, I didn't say I was gonna quit. You're right, Byron. I don't know if what I saw was real, but I need this job more than anything right now. Let me prove it to you.
So we won't be having this conversation again?
This will be the last time. I promise.
Say her name then.
What?
You know who I mean.
Huh?
Riley.
I knew you had it in you. So, back to work. Would you like to run through the tech controls now, or explore the theater a little more?
Let's go through the tech now.
You'll do great.
Tech boot control, Q display, timer, input slider, and switches input display. Q for the next scene are shown on the Q display. Use slider and switches to set the Q on the input display and match it to the Q display. To start the rehearsal, set the initial Q. During the rehearsal, Q must be set before timer runs out. Light, moon, and spotlight. Spotlight to PE, rain, fire, and brick. Rain, fire, brick. Okay. What is this?
Your time will come, brother.
What's a few more years? There's no need to resort to this.
A little too late now to play the saint, Mina. Betrayers and hypocrites, every one of you.
It's all on Father that you've become this hollow monster.
Oh, how sanctimonious of you to blame him. You stole my birthright, my younger sister, of all people.
You will be king. Just have a little bit of faith.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me again, and 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 again. Ah!
Richard, please don't do this.
Stop pretending like you care. You should have said no in the first place. Of course, Father. Even I find it absurd. The very thought that I'd be next. Even before a woman.
Ooh. What is this? Nice drawing though.
We are family. No matter what happens, we'll always have your back. You knew I had wanted to be king. You all disgust me. Hemlock, the Kingmaker. Soon, my country person, you'll come to know a true king, one that each and every one of you deserve. Unlike my predecessors, I will unshackle you from poverty, starvation, greed, and corruption. Together, we will sail free, free from our adversaries, free from undeserving bodies, free from our past. So we can look into the future with no guilt to bear and no cross to carry. Faith, Mina. This is all faith I.
Ooh, we're done.
How was it?
That was nice.
Brava! Another amazing performance, Director!
Consider this the official welcome to our modest but infinitely talented troupe.
Thanks, guys.
I made some decisions to push this scene further, which we'll try in the next rehearsal. I felt that the end of scene 1 lacked a visually dramatic climax. We need to impress upon the audience that Falk isn't just exiting the room, but also exiting his humanity. We need fire, flames licking at Falk upon his exit, which Sufyan will trigger on his way out.
You trust this drunk to be around fire?
Dodger, thoughts?
We need permits, fire safety training, possibly a firefighter in sight. If we have those, we should be legally covered and...
That's not the fucking point. His judgment is constantly impaired because he's fucking drunk all the time. How are none of you seeing this as a problem?
Well, maybe we wouldn't need to resort to special effects if you could actually act and emote your lines!
No bickering in my theater. I do not care if you'll never work with each other after the show. But until then, the very least you can do is not incite open hostilities. A house divided against itself cannot...
Oh my god, Byron!
This isn't real. This can't be real. This isn't real.
Oh fuck, it's hot! I can't lift this on my own. Help me get this off him!
Coming! I'm coming!
Is he dead?
Okay. Pretty good though. Frankly speaking, but I don't know what will happen in the Act 2 or 3 if there is Act 2 and 3. But thank you. The game is not quitting. It's still okay.